Adding default ranges to your disaggregation type can help make the calculation process more efficient when pulling data from your data tables into your indicator. To add a range, you must first set up a disaggregation type. This takes place in the Details section in the Disaggregation tab. To create a new disaggregation type, select the green Add New Disaggregation Type button. Enter the name of your disaggregation type and select the availability. You can make a disaggregation available to be used within just one specific project or across multiple projects in your organization unit. Reusing a disaggregation type across multiple projects gives you much more power for analysis across projects later, so always reuse where possible rather than creating duplicates of the same disaggregation type. Enter the name of your disaggregation fields. You can add additional fields by selecting the green Add New Field icon. To add ranges to your disaggregation type, select the checkbox. Ensure the data type is set correctly. This is the format of the data in the disaggregation column in your dataset. This can be a number or a percentage. You also have the option to make the range settings mandatory by selecting the checkbox here. Mandatory disaggregation ranges will be discussed later in the video. We can now begin adding our disaggregation values. Begin by naming the field and then adding the range with the corresponding operator. Once you have added all relevant fields, select Save. Now our range has been set up, we can use it to calculate results in collected data. To do this, we must first link our new disaggregation type to our indicator. Navigate to the indicator section and select the indicator you want to add collected data to using this disaggregation type. Once inside the indicator, select the Targets and Disaggregations tab. From the drop-down, select the disaggregation type. Once the disaggregation type is linked, we can now use it in our data collection. Navigate to the Collected Data tab and select a pull from the data table. Remember that in order to use a dataset in TolaData, you will need to import it in the Data Table section. After you've imported your dataset, you can use it to calculate a new collected data result. In the Evidence section, select the imported dataset, the data column, and calculation formula. To add the disaggregation, select Add Disaggregation. Select the disaggregation type you would like to use. The drop-down will display all the disaggregation types linked to this indicator. Select the column from your dataset that you would like to disaggregate. If your disaggregation values are spread out into multiple columns, select the Data in Multiple Columns toggle. After selecting your disaggregation column, the data contained in this column will automatically fall into the specified disaggregation range. You can also choose to adjust the ranges if appropriate to your context or data, or select single values. Once you have finished, select Save. Earlier we mentioned that disaggregation ranges can be mandatory. If you choose to make your disaggregation range settings mandatory, the user pulling from the data table will have to use these default ranges and cannot enter single values when calculating the disaggregation results or set their own disaggregation range. As you can see, these configurable options become grayed out when the disaggregation range has been marked as mandatory to use. As with all disaggregation types in TolaData, once you have added some data, you can begin to create charts to visualize your results in the Dashboard section. To find out more about building your widgets in your Dashboard section, see the article linked in the description.